Alright guys, welcome to the 2016 Northern Lights Motordome. This, my friends, is the Ice Brew 600. This will be the second Scram 2016 event that we actually face off this year for the YouTube channel, and we're actually going to be facing off today here at the Motordome, and we're going to pick out the drivers here and see how the race weekend actually comes off. So this will be the first video here of many for this 28 turn, or as you guys can probably already tell, 280 mile race here. Now this one here, first and foremost, we of course have the steps we have to do in order to be able to set up the race weekend, and there's only a couple steps, basically a 6 steps process. Have the board game out, that's step 1, pretty easy. Step 2 will be picking the racers who are on the TV list. So let's check those out. We have to roll these dice real quick here. We already have cars that are in order essentially for who should be in there. So I'm basically showing you this right now. He's number 1 for the TV list because he actually won the race last week. So Stu Urich, if you guys remember from the previous video there, he actually won the race. So let's roll the dice and see how we fare with these guys here real quick. So we're going to look for 9 racers. Okay, so we already have 4 here. If you look right here, we have 4 racers already as a TV. So we're only going to look for 5 randomly selected racers from our racing group here. So we have Stu and all of them all set up there, and he's going to be the number 1 racer from the TV list. Okay, so let's see here. We got the booklet, we got the roll on the TV dice, blah, 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 place drivers according to the text printed there. Okay, Q. Alright, so we have our drivers here, right? Let's put them right over here because they already have the gold cards yet already. But let's randomly select these are the racers here all together. Let's randomly select 5 racers. So 1, 2, let's see here, all the way from the bottom, 3, 4, and 5. Come on down there, 5 racers there. I've actually shuffled the deck here as well, so I won't know kind of who it is. I want to make it kind of special, like it says, random. Try to make it random. It's kind of fun that way, because they didn't really, no other racers really deserved it more than those guys. So we have Kerry Cacchiola, Evan Utek, Mike Dawson in the Home Depot 22 car, Billy Brett in the 88 Toyota, and Cam Croyle. So some very interesting, to say the least here, guys, interesting guys for the TV listing here. So let's grab those guys real quick here and get their gold cards here, and we'll switch it up and we'll bring it back to the video here so we can roll on the list. Okay guys, so I have Stu Urich. He's going to be the first one who's going to roll because he did win the previous week's event here, or the previous event that we rolled here or played. He's going to be the first one that actually rolls here. So let's check it out here as he will roll on the chart here. Now of course, you're going to use the following placement guidelines with the rolls here. So you're going to roll the red, white, and blue here, right? Red and white first, and then the blue if in case it requires that. Basically, some of them, the placements don't require that. Basically, we'll see what happens here as we roll it out, and then look at the placement A, B, or C. So let's roll here real quick for our guys here, and we'll place him down. Now he gets a gold trophy, even if he wasn't one, because he was the first TV driver. So basically, he's the first choice. Well, Steve Urich, as you guys can see, he has gold no matter what, so it doesn't matter. All right, so let's roll some dice here real quick. Okay, so we have a 4, 5, and a 5. So 45 here. Oh, sorry about that there, Steve. Stu pushed him off the block there. Okay, so it looks like 45 says a TV interview. Okay, so let's check out the TV interview here. Let's roll again, all of our dice here. Wow, blue die really wanted to get out of there. Okay, so we have 46. 46 says here, guys, the conditions, I didn't think they were ideal, but we gotta be able to adjust to that and come up with a plan. So after talking to the media, it looks like Stu didn't feel like the northern United States had some good conditions there, but I guess you'd say they have to work them out, and he gets a placement of a C. So he didn't do so well on his run there. So for trophy driver gains blue die position in middle group, non-trophy driver, top of the bubble stack. So he, let's see here, gains blue die position, so 4. He didn't do so well, so he's going to actually be in the 4 position of the middle group. Now, because that's this, we're going to use the red die here, 4, and that will be even. So it's an even number, just like the game plays. We'll play it just like that. So Stu doesn't do really well and does qualify at least though for 14th place. So not too bad there. All right, so let's keep rolling here for Cam Croyle, and we'll keep on moving through as we go through our 9 drivers who are our TV charts here. Okay, so 65. So big one there. So 65 here says TV interview. Let's roll again on TV interviews. Nope. There we go. So we have 34. So 34 says, we made some changes underneath, and you can see it. It worked, I think, at least. Now we'll see what happens. Placement B. So it looks like Cam Croyle with a gold trophy there. Gold trophy with a placement B. Trophy driver gains blue position, blue die position in top group. So that's 2. So it looks like he's going to move all the way up to 3rd place. So he gets that 3rd place spot there. So Billy Brett's next here, guys. Let's check it out. 35. Okay, so 35 says to us here, it's going to be a TV interview. A lot of interviews today, guys. Looks like the sporting news channels want to know what's going on here for the racers. And it's a 33. 33 says, last time I was here, there was some issues, but today everything fell into place, and I was lucky enough to do really well. That's going to be placement B. And so it looks like placement B for him, because he is a trophy driver here, he will get the 4 placement here for the blue die. So he will go into the 4th position in the top group. So he is placement number 5. So 5th place there for Billy Brett. Good start. Mike Dawson's going to come out here. 52. Let's see how he does here. 52 says, new sponsor for this race, extra publicity, placement C. Okay, so new sponsor here for him. No longer the home improvement car here. So looking for a new sponsor there. But he's going to be in number 4 position here. So because the 4 position's already taken, I'll just give him the other spot here. And he's already, because he was going to go to the even one, we'll give him the odd one. And he'll go right next to Stu Urich, right there. So both of them are together there. So we'll see how that goes here for him. Okay, here we go. 61 here for Kerry Cassiola. So 61 says to him, driver does phone-in interview on national sports radio shows. Placement C for him. And he's a trophy driver, so he will go to the placement number 5 there, and the red die was a blue, even, so he'll go to the even card here. So Kerry gets to talk to some of the local talk show hosts, speaks with, of course, some Colin Cowherd, speaks to a couple other guys here on the ESPN talk shows about how he's going to get himself back into it. Kerry had moved up and down there, had some issues with the family, some issues with some of the, trying to make some right movements in his life to put himself above the next driver. So we'll see if it works out here for him as he gets the 16th place. But this is going to go over to Joey Plunkin now here in the 73 Toyota. 43, so let's check it out. 43 says, engine trouble during qualifying, placement D, yikes. So trophy driver placed into bubble stack, so he will be the first in the bubble stack, so we'll put him face down in the bubble stack all the way up there, so hopefully there'll be some space for him. Let's roll again for Jordy Pettis, scoring the 3rd. He got 3rd in the last race there, so that's a 65. So 65 says to us here, 65 says TV interview. Let's roll again. We've already seen that before. So let's see. That's going to be a 26. So 26 says to us that looks like, well, I guess you could say other driver. Let's see who that one was here. Looks like Joey Plunko was actually giving Jordy Pettis giving him a rough time out there today, but it all worked out, and we'll see him again on race day. So placement B. So hopefully, because Jordy Pettis was having a hard time here, he's going to go to the blue die position in the top group, so number 5 there. So Jordy Pettis goes to the 6th spot there, but he may not actually see Joey Plunka there, because it doesn't look like he actually might qualify here if there's too many of these riders in the top group getting him top spot here. Wayne Montana, big movement here for Wayne Montana. A lot of duels, a lot of action there. So let's see how he does, because he was one of the largest jumps in the standings last week. So a 1 and a 4, so 14 there. 14 says to us it's going to be a positive fan interaction during race week and solid times. Placement B, Gold Driver, which he is, gets placement A. So great job to Wayne Montana at capitalizing on his kind of a fan sponsorships, and of course all of his interactions he had throughout the time with his very grateful fans he had because of the last race over at the Copper State 500. So Gold Trophy driver gains pole position. Wow. Okay. So it looks like Wayne Montana has actually gotten the pole position here because he's a gold driver there, and no one else is the race leader just yet. But we're going to go to Evan Utek here and see how he does here. He's one of the only ones that doesn't actually have in that Cheerios 16 Chevy here. He doesn't actually have that there. So 33 doesn't have a trophy. So 33 says TV event X. Okay, this could be exciting here, guys. All right. 41. So 41 says spectacular qualifying week, pole or highest available position, and 2 performance chips, guys. Wow, Evan Utek. He's definitely showing you that the honey, the honey roasted Cheerios there definitely help you out in the morning, lower your cholesterol, but amplify your driving skills. So Evan Utek is absolutely on fire and ready to go here as he takes second in the pole position here. And we're going to round out the other drivers here in the top and middle group, and then of course we'll get to the bottom and see if by chance we have any bubble drivers here that can add up to the last couple of places in our group. Alright guys, let's check and see who is our fast drivers for this week. So that's going to be 5. So 5 drivers here are going to be randomly selected to have a fast qualifying week here. You know, some of the drivers really can work well here in the Northern Lights section here in the Motordome. It's a very quick race. Could possibly cause a lot of trouble. Don't forget, you're going to have a lot of reflexes and a lot of heat. It's almost like, I guess you'd say, the Dover Monster, I guess you'd say. So we'll see how it goes here as we randomly select the cards here. So we're going to select 5 randomly. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. There it is. So there's our 5 there for fast weeks there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to roll. We're going to simply place them based on their trophies. So let's see here. So the first one's going to be Ed Swanson here. He has none, so he'll be placed in the bottom group. So he's the first in the bottom group. Good for him. He has qualified, but he had a good qualifying, at least enough to get into it. Bill Bilovich, he had a silver, so that means he's going to get the highest available position in the top group. So he will go into 4th position there. He was a TV driver last week. Corey Wallace does not have a trophy, so he'll go into the bottom group there. So he'll get round off the next bottom position. And then Lonnie Lane, he's got a bronze. If you guys know, I think it's a bronze, right? That's bronze, yeah, bronze. Yeah, bronze there is going to be the highest in the middle position, so he'll go 8th, so not too bad for Lonnie Lane there. And then Kurt Bryson with the random weird board gaming geek style logo on the front of his. He's a silver, so he too will also go into the top, and he'll go 9th there. So there's your fast poll guys there for today, rounding out some of our best drivers here. We'll check out and see who had the slowest ones here for his qualifying week. All right, let's roll the dice here for the slowest drivers here. Okay, so wow, there's gonna be 9 slow drivers, so that'll be absolutely hurtful for those drivers here. Possibilities are endless here, so we're gonna shuffle them up just one more time here, guys. I kind of like shuffling them in between, just to make sure that, just in case there's any drivers left over from residual packaging, I guess you'd say, from the previous event, it kind of gets them out of there. And as I say that, I can barely get these guys to shuffle anything right now, so let's see if I can get those others to shuffle. And then we'll do one last cut. There we go. And then we'll randomly select here in this group 9 drivers. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know we had a lot of bubble drivers. 8, and 9. And the reason why I say that is that we had a lot of bubble drivers in the last event, but none of them really were able to go. I think only like 2 or 3 of them were actually able to race in the weekend. So, all right, so looks like Kenny Hicks here will be the one here who's going to be the first one to go through slow driving. So he has none, so he's failing to qualify, so he will not qualify for racing here, which is a shame, really. Kenny Hicks, man, I would like to see him race there. Francisco Segovia, he's got a bronze here, so he'll be in the next position for the bubble stack. So he will be the next one up there, so bubble stack for Francisco. Vic Holder's got the silver. He'll be into the bubble stack as well. Marty Moen, he's got a bronze, so he'll go into the bubble stack. Bubble stack for Gary Pines, he has a gold too, or a copper one there for him, or bronze, I apologize. And then Jeff Daly Jr., he has a gold, so he'll be in the next position in the bottom group. So he didn't have a very good race there. Dick Exum, unfortunately, had a really great spark up the last event, but he will not be racing in this one as he failed to qualify, and so did Andy Corsel. And then Craig Greco, he will be rounding out our slow drivers going into the bubble there as well. All right, so the uneventful drivers here are these ones right here that kind of just went through the works and really didn't change anything, didn't shake anything up. We're actually just going to go through and we're going to fill in the spots as much as we can here and place the following guidelines all the way through. So we will see how this works out and see if we can get all the way through to 43 drivers. If not, we can actually count the number of drivers to make sure that there are that many, and if there are any that need to be put in there, we'll put in the bubble stack to fill out the field to 43. Okay? All right, so let's check it out here. So we'll just keep going through. So Donnie Schrepp, I'm going to move the bubble stack down here because it's a little too high there. Sometimes it's difficult. So bubble stack's right here, and then this is the bottom group. So let's see here. Okay, so Donnie Schrepp, he has a none, so next bottle in the bubble stack, it's going to be Julie Justice with a silver, which means he's going to be going to, I'm just kind of looking at the thing there, highest available position in the middle group. So middle group is going to be 10th place there for Julie Justice. Pete McAtee, gold, he'll go into the top group, and he'll fill out the 7th place there, so good for him. Everett Davis will go to the bubble group there. Not bubble group, he'll go to the bottom group there. Or I apologize, not bottom, he'll go to the bubble group with none. Bronze will put him into the next position on the bottom group. Tom Rossi, gold, he'll go to the 11th place since all the top are actually taken up. Randy Kendricks, silver, he will go to the 12th place. Chris Wine, gold, he'll go to the 13th place. Sonny Swain with the bronze, he'll go to the bubble group. Or not bubble group, he'll go to the bottom group. My goodness, guys, I apologize. Clark Snook, I would love to see him race, but unfortunately he will be going to the bubble group. Probably won't be able to play either. Paul Chen, bubble group action it is for him. Tony Halpin, he's going to the bubble group as he does not have anything there. Blake Schlegel, bubble group. Joey Wilson will go into the middle group there. Scott Steckel with a bronze, he will be going into the bottom group, so good for him to make this one. Definitely like to see Scott try to take on Denny Baker there. Greg Carl with the bronze, he'll be going into the bottom group. No for Graham Pleasant, he'll be going into the bubble group. Mark Forth, bottom group. Chuck Tufaro, bottom group with a gold. Robbie Platrowski, he'll be going into the bubble group. Bubble group for Rod Phillips too. Jimmy Velasco, bronze, he'll be going into the bottom group. Kevin Pettis, bronze, he'll be going into the bubble group. Bronze, he'll be going into the bottom group. And then Parnell Pepper Drake, silver, he'll be going into the 18th spot there, and we only have one more spot to fill. Ryan Mooney will be going into the bubble group. Jason Leonard, silver, he will be taking up the last of the middle group there, and so there's only going to be one more place to go here, which will be the bottom. So everyone's going to go bottom or middle group, so he's going to go to the bottom group. Bottom group for Denny Baker. Bottom group for Trevor Trostel. Bubble group for Fred Shaver. Alex Hodge, silver, is going to go to the bottom. Russ O'Casey, silver, He's going to go to the bubble group. Ray Bob Walker really did a poor, uneventful week, so he's going to go to the bottom group there. Rusty Bigler, same as him, gold, but he did uneventful, so he'll go to the bottom group. Shannon Reinke will be going into the bubble group. Marlon McGarry, gold, he'll be going into the bottom group. And then Mooch Thomas, silver, going into the bottom group, filling out the rest of the drivers there. So now we're just going to count up all the drivers here, and we'll actually come back and fill in the bubble group guys here as they go from the top onto the bottom of the bottom group, or the next up in the bottom group, to fill out the 43 drivers. Alright guys, so I did all of the kind of calculations here for us. We only need 1, 2, 3, 4 drivers here from the bubble group. So that will include Joey Plunka, bottom group. Francisco Segovia, bottom group. Vic Holder, bottom group, and Martin Moan. All the other drivers here, including some great drivers here, will be out of the race here completely. Well, I guess you shouldn't say not great drivers here, but Gary Pine was really eventful in the last race, really trying to force himself. Unfortunately, he was blown out of the race there. Craig Greco was in the other race as well, tried his hardest to continue forward, but not a lot of drivers. You can see kind of some of these drivers really just are contenders. They kind of just fill in positions here. But we have a really solid race here, guys, full of a lot of great drivers here. And as you can see, there's very few, if any, guys, in the spots that you really wouldn't see them in already. You know, I'm very, very, very excited to see how the new face of the Cheerios box bar here, Evan Utek in the 16 Chevy here, see how he does, as he is an up-and-comer with some memorable moments in the 2015 B Series. Let's see if he gets a shot at the big time in 2016. So let's see how he does here. And of course we have Stu Urick, but he's going to be placed against Mike Dawson here. Now, Mike Dawson, he's been trying his hardest there in the 22 Chevy car. The 22 Chevy car had a few shining moments in 2015. He was retained for another season with an accompanying high hopes, of course. So he got himself a new sponsor here for this race, and let's see if that works out for him. That home improvement car, I guess, didn't work out, so I guess we're not going to be doing that too much, and of course, building anything together, supposedly. Alright guys, well this is of course the racers that are going to see here for the Ice Brew 600. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time as we, of course, start the race off here and to get the action rolling here. Now, I will let you guys know it is half the size, half the length of the previous race there, so you will see this video going quicker as we, of course, see a lot more movement. But other than that, guys, I look forward to hearing you guys soon here. As you roll, write down in the comments who you guys think is going to win. Also, smash that like button. I really do appreciate your guys' feedback. It's absolutely well help, and I definitely appreciate it. So guys, I can't thank you enough, and I will see you guys next time in the bleachers here, guys. Alright, see you soon here, guys.